The single leg RDL, or the single leg hinge pattern, is a very important pattern to develop strength and stability. And think about every time that you are delivering a pitch, right? We're coming out of that hinge pattern, we're coming out of your, we're developing power from your hips and the whole posterior chain. Think about when you're stealing a base, we're coming off that base and really driving off the ground to get that full extension, right? So this is a really important exercise and movement pattern to really develop a lot of strength and stability in. So similar to our hinge pattern with two legs, right? Reaching out, getting into that good posterior shift, right? Same idea with the single leg, right? So we're going to anchor on. We want to make sure we're not turning inward. We want to make sure we're not going too far out that your foot loses position, right? We also want to make sure we're not just flopping open. We're not just kind of opening that gate, right? It's kind of what I see a lot of athletes do, is they just kind of go through this carelessly, put effort in, right? The amount of effort you put into your swings, put effort into actually getting better. If this is in your warm-up, reach out, have an idea of what you want to do. It's not just to go through the motions, right? So put effort in, you're going to get results when you put good effort in, right? So that's just a starting point. So as we start working on, if you're working on this pattern, right, I like to start with my foot flexed up, all right? So from there, I'm going to reach, get into that good hinge, and return right back up, right? So again, flex your foot straight up in the air, right? It's going to cause, it's going to keep you from wanting to open up and out. So as we get into that hinge pattern, reach and come right back up. So we're going to reach out, come right back up. As we start to master that, right, we have two options when it comes to starting to kind of learn the, like, loading the pattern, right? So option A is a split stance RDL. So what that's going to look like is pivot your foot out, pivot your foot back. Now we're kind of in that 2-point stance. We're going to emphasize your front leg, right? We might have your heel up a little bit, right, to kind of put more weight on your front foot. It's the same idea. You can do a counterbalance, right? Introduce these things in kind of your warm up and your movement prep. Kind of leads into some of your more reps to actually develop the pattern and really get good at it and master it. So as we get into like a contralateral split stance RDL, so again, pivot, pivot. So loading the front leg and coming right back up. Loading the front leg, right back up. So as we get really good at that, right, we can go into 2 kettlebells or 2 dumbbells, either way. But from there, we're going to go into a single leg stance. So we're going to get into that same position, flex your toe up. We're going to reach back and return right back up. Right, same idea. We're just making sure we're not turning open or anything like that. Remember, it's all about practicing and getting really good at these movement patterns so you can load them and get strong in these patterns, right? Now, you can also add 2 kettlebells or 2 dumbbells. You can also add a barbell, right? There's a lot of options you can do, but again, it's the movement pattern. It all depends on how and where you are in your development when it comes to what exercise option, whether it's 2 kettlebells or reaching or doing a barbell. It just depends on where you are in your own personal progression of your development.